G'day Concordians, hope you're all having a great time. James contacted me about 4 weeks ago now and asked me to put together this video message because unfortunately I can't be there tonight. Just to talk about what Concord means to us all, or means to me anyhow, and talk about some of my exploits that we all got up to. I won't be talking about the exploits because my kids are watching this, so yep, like I keep telling them, I was a good guy, so they can keep believing that. And with regards to what it means to us all, I think the fact that you're all there celebrating the 30th anniversary, I think that that says everything. It is a family, great memories, great lifelong friends. I mean, we can all remember the bus trips, when you used to have to graduate to get to the back seat as you got older, and also the ferry crossings into Holland, where Kathy had to bail one or two of yous out. Got the wrong side of the law. Well done, Kathy. And obviously foreign holidays. Just good times, just really good times. I think we should also think about people that unfortunately are no longer with us from the family. Congratulate Kathy and Roger for still going strong after 30 years. I don't know how you blasted, I'll be honest with you. We ran you ragged sometimes, we were little, but it was all in good heart and in good faith. I mean, short but sweet, but that's my speech. Like I say, I hope you're all having a great time. Eat, drink and be merry. And one last thing, Climber, if you are sick tonight, mate, just remember, it's just a bit of froth. Cheers, have a good night.
Hey everyone, John here. I'm sorry I can't be with you tonight because I'm way over in the States. It's 4th of July today, and you can see that I'm on the National Mall having a wonderful time, and I hope you're going to have a great time tonight. Big anniversary, lots of chance to soak up some old memories and see some old friends, and of course have one or two beers. I wish you the very best of enjoyment tonight. Have a great time. Wish I was there.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Jason, all the way in Vancouver, British Columbia. I really wish I could be with you tonight, but as you can see, I'm busy with hockey with my son. But I really wanted to wish Concord a happy 30th birthday, and I really miss those good old days when I was in the band. So keep going, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.
Firstly, hello everyone. Hope you're all enjoying your evening. And sorry, but I'm unable to be there, but I've done this video blog instead. There are probably many of you who tonight who have no idea who I am, and others who definitely will. I'm Simon, and often known to most of you at the time as Roger Ramjet. That was from a cartoon character at the time, Roger Ramjet. Some of you will remember that. I played in the percussion line, playing both bass drum and quads. I'm proud to say that I was a founder member of Concord Drum and Bugle Corps from 1984 and marched for 4 years up until the 1998 close of 1998 season. The 4 scenes that I had with that were probably the best experience I ever had in my life. And they were the foundation of probably the rest of my life. From my experience, it was all-consuming. We had 3 rehearsals a week and extras at competition times from what I can remember. And we spent many an hour on Coldflow Car Park down at Hillsborough, and we had some fun times there, I can tell you. As well as that, we actually socialised together. We went out over a weekend, and we even formed a bowling night group on a Sunday evening as well. Might be a bit of a cliche, but we really were a band of brothers because we spent so much time together. I'm sure the principles of Concord haven't changed since its formation. It has instilled in me a good appreciation of music and a sense of pride and discipline, commitment and loyalty, which has shaped me as a person and something every one of you can recognise in each other. I just want to end on a different note, and personally I'd like to thank both Kathy and Roger Steele for their time and devotion they have spent to Concord over many years. And I'm sure we'd all agree, without the effort that's gone in from them, Concord probably wouldn't exist in the form it does now. So many thanks to both of them. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and I hope to see you at some time soon. Bye.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a great time. Have a drink for me. I'd love to be there, but I'm off to Lanzarote in the morning, so can't be there. I have great memories. 3 years with over in Sheffield and 3 years with Concord. I remember some great things. I remember the lovely Jono. I remember getting drunk plenty of times in Croft House. I did throw up once on the carpet. Sorry, Kathy, I got the silent treatment for 2 days. And I also remember our lovely trip to Ireland for Paddy's Day. Sunny Ireland. No wonder nobody ever came over to visit me. The Bare Butt Society is the one that kind of traumatised me for life. Rob Lake, Andy Dean. I think I saw their butts on more than one occasion. Evidence. Say no more. Anyway, I'll go. Have a great night. Have a drink for me. My 2 little sayings from Sheffield, I was practising these last night, from Angela. That were right, laugh, that were. And then the other one I heard most often, Dawn, puff fag out. Lads, have a great time. Hopefully I'll see some of you soon, maybe for Christmas. Take care, bye.
Hello, Nigel Green, March Concord, played contrabass 85 to 89. Before that was in the Vulcans, and then part of the merger with the Shades of Blue that eventually led to the creation of Concord. And in the 80s, Concord was a massive part of my life. I think it consumed most of us. And if we weren't rehearsing, travelling, doing shows, we were all out getting bladdered together. Being there from the beginning was a great sense of achievement, watching the corps develop and grow and get bigger in stature. And I know that I've looked back very, very proud of what we achieved in making Concord the great force it was, and still is, in British Drum Corps, and we kicked a bit of ass in Europe as well. I thought back about what had the most influence on me during my time at Concord, and it just came to me straight away. There was no doubt. The thing that influenced me more than ever was, of course, Stella. I'd like to raise a glass and say happy 30th anniversary, and here's to the next 30 years. Cheers everyone.
Kathy, it's rolling. Hi everybody, it's Darren.
And cheers.
And we just wanted to say happy 30th anniversary to Concord. How appropriate that we're here at the British Drum Corps finals. They're just behind us, just about to do the national anthem. Sorry we can't be there to accept our award.
But we haven't won an award, dear.
We've not won an award?
No.
Oh, we've not won an award. Anyway, we just wanted to say have a fantastic evening. Happy 30th anniversary, and we look forward to seeing you on the field next year. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Chris Bailey. I'm a session drummer originally from Sheffield. I live in, where do I live? I live in San Diego, California now. I was in Concord Drum and Bugle Corps a long time ago. And it was a wonderful experience for me because besides the fact that it helped my drumming by strengthening my rudiments, so, you know, singles, paradiddles, flams, all that stuff. It was a brotherhood, and it taught me an added sense of discipline and structure, and it was just a wonderful environment to be in. It was tough sometimes, but the toughness was good because it helped me do what I was told, basically, in some circles or in some instances. You know, before I even got into DCI, I started in DC, UK, and our influences. The DCI influence spread to all the UK cores. Basildon Blues, Third Glasgow, all of those, and it was just a great camaraderie. Like almost like the army to a degree. A brotherhood, a cause, it was a wonderful experience and something that really helped me. And as a result, I got a reputation of being a good drummer. And I practiced hard at drumming, but the drum corps element added to it because it tightened up my hands, so that I got a reputation as a drummer with very clean technique. Most drummers, not most drummers, but some drummers don't have clean technique. Great drummers, but they're not always clean. That's not a golden rule or anything, but it works for me. I was always told I'm a very on-purpose drummer. I'm very precise, very clean, and it can be heard. So I'm ever grateful to drum corps and what it's done for me, and the friendships that I developed while I was in there. So I would encourage anyone that's thinking about doing it. It's definitely worth getting into. It will add structure to your life. So I encourage you to do it. I've gone on to play and tour the world a few times over with all kinds of different music, pop, rock, all kinds of stuff, some big names in the industry, Britney Spears, Nick Jonas, Swing Out Sister, Ronnie Jordan, S Club 7, Coolio, Mark Morrison, Eternal, loads of action, but Will Young, Gareth Gates, Michelle Gale, Misha Paris, Marcus Miller, Queen Latifah, a lot, just too many to mention. I don't even remember all of them, to be honest, but drum corps helped, and it's a great thing, so go do it. Cotton Hut!
Hi everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason Bailey. Songwriter, artist name Mr. Bailey. And for those who know me, when I was in drum corps, my name was Vinny. Because there was one day where I was talking to Gregory Edwards, who I saw the other day, still crazy, and he was like, he's like, why are you always talking so much? You're always talking so loud. It's always like, Vinny, 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 Vinny. And from that day, Jimmy Hewitt ran off when he heard him say that. And that was it. From that day, that was my name. My name was Vinny. Regardless of how big I got, my name was Vinny. So, what did drum corps mean to me? Drum corps was everything to me. Some of the greatest memories I had in my childhood. So many characters. The hot cheerleaders. I forgot what the right term was. As a youngster looking up, there were some gorgeous cheerleader ladies I used to look at, and they used to be like, oh, Vinny, you're so cute. And I used to think, man, if I was older. Well, I'm older now. I'm being serious. Listen. Mr. Steele, Glenn Boynton, and Mrs. Steele. And to be fair, I think I was scared of Mr. Steele a little bit. I think he had that thing where you were like, oop, he's here. But great experiences. Love the shows, the competitive nature between the different bands. I remember one time we did a show, and I think it was Chris Hewitt, the guy with the feet, the smelly feet guy. I think somebody tried to cut the line, and from what I remember back then, that was a really big deal. Don't let them cut the line, and we nearly got in some drama, but we held the line. I mean, I was only young. I didn't know. I knew it was really important, but these people were big men to me. So I was like, you know, I'll try to stop you, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, for some reason I remember somewhere called Ellen Road. Not sure about that. I think that's somewhere where we went, like a boot camp. And we went to this one place where there's a guy called Peter Dyer, because I remember this saying where we used to go, on his own, Peter Dyer, because he was I think he spent a lot of time on his own, but there was all these little phrases that we all used to use. It was just funny. And I remember one time Jeremy Hewitt gave him a wedgie, and yeah, it didn't go down too well. But the traveling, the drills, in the scorching heat, it was there hasn't been anything as rewarded. It was such a reward when we got the show right. When we got the show right, it was such a reward. I remember there was a song that I used to struggle with called Tank. The drill used to kill me. But I guess it set me on my musical journey. From then, started backing singing for everybody. Sang on so many singles with Westlife, and sang at Wembley with George Michael, and you know, so many things I could name, but that's not important. But basically that kind of birthed the musical journey for me, and I went on, and things are going great, and releasing my own stuff now, next year, my own album, and songwriting for other people, and it's great. But there's something about drumcore, I believe that 1988 was the best year where we had that raw emotion. When Madison did that show, I literally had to fight back my tears. And there was a few years after that where DCI was incredible, but I think we were in it when it was at its height, and I've always felt blessed. To this day, I still watch DCI. It's not the same, but it still gives you that emotion, that thing that makes you want to cry, scream, throw your clothes off, jump out a window all at the same time. So, happy 30th anniversary. Salute to you, Mr. Steele, and all your accomplishments, even though you scared me at times. But not now, I'm a big fella. But I hope you're all well. Hope everybody's smiling. Appreciate life. You know, drum corps will stay with me forever. My brother and some of his drummer mates, they all come from drum corps, so we can't get away from it. So yeah, drum corps, Concord, salute. When I was in there, it was a pleasure, and it definitely affected me and helped me where I'm going. So happy 30th anniversary, and you guys keep safe and live life to the full. All right, God bless, peace.
Good evening, all there in Sheffield. My name is Paul Dupe, and I'm coming to you from the Netherlands. I want to congratulate you, staff members and management of the current and previous Concord organization on your 30th anniversary. Ever since I've been involved in drum corps, that goes back to 1982, I was a member of the Jubal Drum and Bugle Corps from Dordrecht, the Netherlands. I've been following Concord because when you guys came out in 1984 with that huge brass and percussion under the name Shades of Blue, I knew this was something that I would be scared of as a member, because you guys were competition, serious competition. And I've always been following you ever since I was a member, and later as an age out of the Blue Devils from Concord, California, when I came back to Europe. Then I became instructor, designer for several UK corps and corps in the Netherlands. So you guys were our competition, so I had to take you guys in consideration. You set the standards in some point. So when I designed shows or wrote arrangements, I had to take you guys in consideration. And later on, as judge, I've been on the field with you and monitored whatever you did, because I knew back in '84 when I first saw you, and later on, you guys were a powerhouse. And in some respect, you still are a powerhouse. You took a different direction, but you're still doing, and you're still around, and that's the most important thing. So yeah, Concord. Drum and Bugle Corps from Sheffield has a legendary name in my memory. It's part of our drum corps history in the UK, but also in Europe. And I think you can all be proud of your history, and I wish you all the best of luck with what you do now. And I hope to see you back on the field or on the stage somewhere. And again, congratulations and celebrate. Goodbye.
Oh, hi. I'd like to accept this award. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I can't be there to receive it in person. Say a big hello to everybody there who I marched with. Everybody remembers me dressed as Willy Wonka. Thanks very much for the good memories, guys. You have a good night and drink plenty of booze.
Hey Concord, Trump Corps, Peter Fenari here. Happy 30th. Can't believe it's been 30 years. It's a great time. Had a blast when I was there. You guys are a lot of fun. Wish I could be there now. Have one for me. Have a great night. It's been a pleasure being part of your organization. We'll see you guys soon. Later.
Congratulations on 30 years of Concord. Greetings from across the pond. My name is Dan Lutz, and it was my privilege to have had the opportunity to work with and arrange music for the Corps for a bit of time during the 1980s. Working with the Corps, staying with the staff, discovering the local pubs, and having the opportunity to visit your amazing country left an indelible impression on me and holds a special place in my heart. I have so many wonderful and funny memories of my time in Sheffield, from Roger and Kathy's wonderful hospitality, or just the fact that you invited me to come work with the Corps, but then to welcome me into your home. I couldn't have felt more comfortable. I consider you dear friends, and will forever be in your debt for how wonderful and nurturing that particular circumstance was, and a chance to live in somebody's home. I was also subjected to one of Roger's early home brews. Though it was quite flavorful, I was too embarrassed to say that I was so truly American and couldn't really handle the room temperature beer. Sorry, Roger. Having had the pleasure to work with such a great cast of humans on the staff, John Boyington at the time was teaching the percussion section, and who subsequently obviously went on to become one of the big mucky mucks in DC UK. John taught me snooker, which I had never heard of, and also he at the time put together a gathering at his home, a Scotch tasting, which was my first experience for anything like that. Of course, keys were collected at the door, but just as an aside, that began my long-standing appreciation of single malts, and to this day is my drink of choice, in moderation, of course. John's brother Glenn, having had the chance to work with this refined human being with the brass staff, Glenn is easily one of the most succinct and accurate and detailed humans that I have had the pleasure to work with in the music industry. And Glenn also, as a sidebar, gave me a heck of an education on fine port wine. Sarah Newbound, such a kind and nurturing human being. I believe it was Sarah who picked me up at the airport. Probably had no sleep on the plane, and I'm sure I was drooling and babbling on most of the ride. She was very gracious and helped me a lot in the initial stages working with the line. David Blake, a real personality, working with the brass staff. Mick Jenkins, a fine musical mind. Craig and Elizabeth Worrell, teaching percussion at the time. And of course Kathy, working with the Guard, who always made sure I was well taken care of during my few stays and opportunities to work with the Corps. I'd like to give a special shout out to Mark Steele, and an additional thanks once again for your hospitality. I do believe that you were jettisoned from your room to allow me to stay in your home at the time. Much appreciated. I'm in your debt. Chris and Lynn Eaton, I believe, Chris, Mark, and Lynn were all actually marching at the time, subsequently went on to become staff members. All quite old now. Chris and Mark, of course, not Lynn. I'm sure she's quite young. Have fond memories of John Smith, rest in peace. John was the drum major of the time. Fine leader, it's a loss to the organization and to humans. I can't but help mention the larger-than-life, one of the more larger-than-life members at the time, also Roger Edwards, such a character, overly, a larger-than-life personality, I would say, and boy, you have some chops. I hope you're there, Roger. Hope all's well with your life. I did have a couple of, I will share, and a couple of particularly embarrassing memories in my adventures. Teaching this wonderfully eclectic group of musicians, it obviously had a very wide cross-section. Very young horn players who, could have been 11, 12 years old, and then people who were in 18, 19, potentially 20. So it had a wide range. Within a fairly small group at the time, I would say it was probably about 35, 40 horns, possibly. And in one particular session, I was just extolling how important it was to be passionate about your level of performance and to be very discriminating. And what I was trying to say to them is that, if you did a performance and you weren't pleased with it, you should have a reaction to it. You should be angry. But I used the word. I said, you should get pissed. A little bit of a language, I don't know if it's still the same, but at the time it was a little bit of a language discrepancy between using the slang pissed in the United States generally means angry or perturbed. At the time, pissed would be to get inebriated. So basically, there was a cast of parents on the back wall listening intently to my teaching their children, and I'm saying to 11 and 12 and 13-year-olds that if they do a bad performance, they should go get pissed. Not one of my finer moments. The second of my particularly embarrassing moments was at the hands of the devilish John Boyington, who graciously and deviously taught me that if I needed to use the facilities in somebody's home, that I should ask for the loo, which is sort of a kinder slang, he said, or more commonly what people use is the word bog. Now, I don't know if that's still the case, but I came to find out, after having used the word and got some very unusual reactions to my asking some elderly woman if I could use the bog, come to find out that that would be equivalent to my asking my grandmother if I could use her, pardon my French, shithouse in the United States. Not necessarily so kind. I apologize for the use of language, but that's about my understanding of how rude the expression was. Thanks, John, for that. Good chuckle. I guess my lasting impression of the organization, it is that its character can be described as an extreme. Let me see. There was one last funny example that I would say characterizes my experience with the organization. On my first trip, I had my first experience in a traditional English pub. Not one in the city, one of the London pubs. It's a different circumstance. A neighborhood pub. It was up the street from Roger and Kathy's house. Now, we went there, and I went to sit down, and I was quickly informed that, oh, no, you can't sit there. That's Joey's seat or something. Okay, great. And then I moved to another chair, and they said, oh, no, you can't sit there. I'm sorry, that's, Martha's seat. And great, so I moved. It was fine. And I was just curious about it, and people sit in the same places, but Joey and Martha both came in, and Martha was a senior citizen. She was probably, a young 72 with blue hair, and Joey was an appropriate punk rocker of the time with appropriate nose jewelry and pink spiked hair, and they happened to sit next to each other in this pub. These two individuals you'd think have very little in common, and they celebrated together and had conversations, and it was a wonderfully eclectic mix of humans that I discovered that was true of a local pub in the English countryside. My experience with the organization, I found the organization to be a wonderful hodgepodge of ages, Concord, of ages, of attitudes, of backgrounds, of levels of ability, strongly held beliefs, though be it of a wide berth, that somehow were able to bond and became what I can only describe as a family, and that somehow managed to come together and create something wonderful and artistic. Fostering education and bringing music to the world always part of Concord's mission truly matters. For having had the opportunity to work with such an organization, I thank my lucky stars and I feel privileged. I've been a composer, arranger, and music educator for more than 40 years. I've worked with hundreds of drum corps and written well over 1,000 arrangements and ensembles of every variety, from soup to nuts. I can truly say, with that wealth of experience, I can truly say that Roger and Kathy, the staff, the corps, remains as one of my most precious experiences. It was a privilege to work with Concord. Congratulations to all on an amazing 30 years.
Greetings, Concord, from Drum Corps International Headquarters in Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. I'm Dan Atchison, Executive Director and CEO. We'd like to extend our congratulations on behalf of Drum Corps International to Concord Youth Music for 30 years of excellence. Thank you for setting an example for music organizations throughout the world of how to serve youth in your community through the joy of making music. We know that such fine organizations don't just come about. It takes many passionate and committed people to make it happen. Also, we are grateful to Director Roger Steele for his 30 years of steadfast leadership, not only of Concord, but of the drum corps activity in the United Kingdom. Enjoy your celebration there in Sheffield, much deserved, and we look forward to many more years of Concord youth music being great. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Concord, on your 30th anniversary. Steve Rondinero from the DCI broadcast team here in the States wishing you the best on this very special night. Congratulations, Roger Steele. I understand your leadership from the beginning has been so important to this drum corps. May you have many more good years ahead of you. May you come on over and see us sometime, and I hope to get a chance to come over there and see you. Have a great night.